And in some really stark console news, I kind of warned some people about this before, but due to the rare earth minerals and more types of things that are involved in the process of building these consoles and certain computer parts, Trump has threatened to extend tax to 300 billion more in exports from China, where most the consoles are made. Okay, like what happens is, and this is how it goes, and it's like the car industry in North America. A part will get made, say, in Mexico. Then it gets shipped up to, say, the United States. So there's one tariff. Okay. It gets assembled to another part, which gets shipped back to Mexico and put into another part and then sent back again, thus getting tariffed twice. Okay. And then it may get finally assembled in the U.S. And this kind of thing with computer parts is even more screwy because you take the rare earths, they go over to Japan, they get refined, they get sent back to China, and they get put in that part, then they get sent back, they may go back multiple times. And what this is going to do is drive up the price massively, okay? And when Sony, who makes all kinds of money, comes out and actually gives the Wall Street Journal a message, hey, this is going to screw things. I warned you guys, okay? You know, this is why pay attention to some of this stuff. It's important to know what's going on here and why these things are going on and stuff like that. Now, mind you, I get it. Trump wants the United States to maintain its economic dominance. The problem is 350 million people versus 7.5 billion people. It's not going to happen. Okay, it's not the way the world was designed, because there are one percenters in all these little other areas who are already rich, and they want their countries to be better. And so what's got to happen is, look, you got to realize it, everybody. The United States in 15 to 20 years won't be the dominant economic power. I mean, no matter what you guys try and do, all you're doing is you're isolating yourselves by making enemies of your own allies. You did it to Canada, and the biggest, funniest part I remember about Canada was the aluminum tariff was the most insane, stupid thing Trump has ever done. Because if I had been prime minister, I would have said, okay, you want to put a tariff on our aluminum. You know what we're going to do? The Canadian government hereby starts buying up all that amount of aluminum, and you're not getting any of it. And you ask yourself, well, so what? The United States will just, make whatever, Well, they won't be using aluminum because they don't have enough aluminum to make up what Canada gives them. Anyone ever wonder why the tariffs were 25% on steel and only like 10 on the aluminum? That's why. He already knew that wasn't a smart thing to do. It's just a tax, okay, on the American people right now. And do you feel like getting taxed while your economy it's not growing as fast, number one? Then what's going to happen is all these other economies pass you, and you didn't get to have that money, all of you, okay? Whereas you could have taken that money and reinvested it, done things with it, bought graphics cards, consoles. You could have been streaming, making a buck, buying things from your local markets, and stimulating the economy. And you ask yourself, well, who are you to say all this? Well, I have I went to a college, and the next year after it became a university, and I have a business administration with a major in information systems. And before I was even done my courses, I had people in foreign countries wanting to hire me up as, into all manners of computer technology. Okay, I still have 45 jobs offered to me in the United States, and I won't go there. Okay, and that's the thing of having been at one time a hacker, where you retire from that and you're just your own. You just like to make code and make things work and take things apart, put them back together again, and see how they work, and all this other stuff, and you make vulnerable things not vulnerable, and I found this is vulnerable. What do you do, right? Well, I'd rather know than not know. So that was my whole angle on that. But anyway, so consoles are going to get more expensive, and Bitcoin is going up, and that means graphic cards for PC users are going through the roof. So it's going to be a double whammy on consoles, okay, and a whammy on us PC users because North Korea has said that they're now going to start. Or, was it North Korea or was it the Russians? I forget which country. No, it was China. They're going to start Bitcoin mining. All these countries are actually going to start the Bitcoin mining. You thought that guy in Canada that bought 60,000 graphics cards was crazy. Wait till this crap starts. Okay, none of us will have a. You might as well get on Windows 7, stick to it because nobody will be buying anything brand new anymore. And these companies that are making software at Windows 10 only, you better start making some Windows 7 versions because a lot of us are going to be stuck on this until they sort this trade mess. Okay, and I don't see it being sorted for a long time. Anyway, I wanted to put this out there because this is the real news. And watch how many of these game reviewers and other reviewers will actually talk about it because they don't want you to know these things. They don't want you to fear that. They want you to just keep right on going, subbing to them, paying them money, watching those ads, getting everybody in the circle a bit of money and paying your Patreon accounts and all this other stuff and not having to worry about saving up for the next thing, right? I don't know. We'll see where it goes, everybody. I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic because it comes down to a point of where the United States government and its debt will eventually override it, and when all the rest of the world's countries move off of the American dollar as a standard, then that's it. It's over. Okay, they will be doing business in whatever form, and the United States will just slip further and further and further behind. Okay, I mean instead of having been a world partnership, okay, they've been antagonistic, and you ask yourself, well, what's this stuff about Russia? Well, I knew they were starting crap with Russia when I was sitting in my doctor's office reading Maclean's magazine about how the Russians were getting peeved because the Americans wanted to put missiles in the Ukraine. Well, look what happened to Ukraine a couple of years later. A coup. Oh, geez, how'd that happen? Didn't see that coming, did we? Anyway. So, anyway, I wanted to put this out.